Hey, welcome to the garage. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install BMW's HDRH25198 hitch. So first thing I've done, I've laid everything out, gone through it all, make sure everything's here. We've got everything accounted for. We did get one extra lock washer, so they're really looking out for us. But let's get this thing pre-assembled. We'll show you how to mark out some holes and see if we can get this thing going. Okay, the first thing we need to do is loosely install the frame plates on the crossbar. Now you need to read your instructions. This thing comes with 4 pages of instructions because this hitch will fit a slew of vehicles. So we'll throw those ones away because we're doing it on a 67 and 98 Ford 3/4 ton and 1 ton with the 10-inch step bumper. Now I'm sure it's pretty similar for the same hitch with the regular bumper, so like I said, check your instructions. If your frame's 34 inches wide, these tabs need to go inward. If it's 37 and a quarter, 37 and a half wide, these tabs need to go outward. So read your instructions. It's pretty simple. So we're gonna get these loosely installed and we'll get over to the truck and mark some holes out on the frame. So what I've done here, I've got this hitch loosely mounted together. I went through and I measured everything out and I've marked it all out on the frame because I figured it was going to be much easier to just lay it out and do that than it was to try and hold this thing up and get it clamped into place by myself. But I've got it in there now and I'm going to kind of eyeball it just to make sure that I didn't do any dyslexic on the measurements before I go running holes through the frame. I don't know how I would hold this by myself. Okay, they look pretty good. I'm just gonna double check my measurements one more time and then we'll get to drilling holes. All right, so I double checked all my measurements. We're good. One thing you might have to consider is a lot of these trucks had spare tire carriers back here. You need to check, make sure your mounts and everything for the spare tire isn't gonna be in the way. You might have to get rid of the spare tire, you might have to make modifications. Not 100% sure because I don't have it. This truck is an oddball. It's an F350, but it's a cabin, a chassis. I've got a section of frame rail that's been welded on here to accommodate the bed. This whole truck's just kind of been an oddball. So you need to, if you have a spare tire, they have stuff you can use to deal with that. But unfortunately, I can't show you how to deal with that because I don't have it. So let's get drilling these holes. We'll get this thing bolted up and see if we can't go tow something. So what I've done, got all my holes drilled. Now I'm gonna go through, put all my bolts in from the tops. They're hanging through. I went through with my wire wheel on my grinder and just wire wheeled around where these frame plates are gonna sit on the bottom of the frame, just to knock off the loose rusties. There's kind of some, I don't know, this one side seems to have a little bit of undercoating or something left on it still. But yeah, we got this frame cleaned up. Just gonna sweep away a little bit of the dirt. Put that through there. Now go through your instructions and just double check which ones of these big washery looking square tabs that they got. Make sure they go. These bigger ones with the centered hole go on top of the frame, and then the ones with the offset hole go in the bottom of the frame plates, so they can ride right up next to the frame plate. So we'll get all these in here. Alright, well, I've got a nut on those, so it should stay. Knock on wood. We'll keep our mouth closed just in case that thing decides to come down. But we'll get these all situated. See how this one's offset? That's so you can run it right up against this flange there. I don't know if we necessarily need to, but it's nice that they left that provision just in case we had a narrow frame or something. So we'll get all these on here. Alright, let me go get a torque wrench, but just off the eyeball here, it looks like we are pretty dang centered. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, not bad. Cool, cool. Let me go get a torque wrench. We'll start torquing all this stuff, and that'll be pretty much done. So I'm just gonna run these down with this because it's much easier to use my little ratchet here instead of my torque wrench. But I'm just gonna run these down and compress all of the lock washers and just snug them. It wants the frame plates tightened to the frame first, and then the tube where it meets the frame plates as per instructions. So we'll snug these all down. And I'm not getting crazy tight here, just enough to compress that lock washer. Now we'll take these guys. Well, there we go. That was slick, nice and easy. Yeah, no, that took maybe, with laying everything out, maybe an hour, hour and a half. Would have went a little quicker if I had charged batteries in my drills. B&W was also nice enough to send me one of their tone stow balls to test out. So stick around, I might do a review on that, tell you if I like it, we'll see. But yeah, so this one, like I said, this hitch is for these 10-inch step bumpers. Now mine sits way back under the bumper, but like I said, this truck is oddball. It's got them frame extensions welded on to extend out just enough to handle this bed. This is a 10-foot bed. Like I said, this is a cab and a chassis truck. It's super long. It's longer than just your regular, you know, single cab long bed. But if I didn't have those frame pieces there and this bumper was sitting, like I did the measuring and the math, and the amount that this bumper sticks over the hitch is how much those frame extensions are. So, but that'll still work for me. It'll work really good. A lot better than this cheesy ball on the bumper, because that bumper, you should see the bubble gums welds holding that thing on. But that's that. Super simple to do, and that should work good. All right, so that's that. We got her installed. We're gonna go hook to some trailers and test it out. Probably put a couple 100 miles on this hitch, maybe re-torque all the hardware just to make sure nothing's loosening up on us. Stick around, I'll do a review on this ball. They were kind enough to send that to me to test out. But yeah, this isn't that bad to install. The worst part was holding it up there by myself, trying to get it all finagled. If you had somebody to help you with that, it would be pretty easy. A couple of good sharp drill bits is really all you need, and you're ready to tow. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one.